courage for them to step out in front of an audience and perform. And I thought they all did an outstanding job. As we've already heard, that Young and Hart is coming, and the opening ceremony will be on Friday the 24th at 5 p.m. And then I'd also like to say Saturday morning on the 25th, it's 9 a.m. is when the parade comes down North 2nd, starting at Woodward Governor. And I sure would like to see all the trustees participate in that. Also this week I attended the Woodward Governor groundbreaking. That is a huge win-win situation for Loves Park, McChesney Park, and our geographical surrounding areas. That will bring many jobs unlimited within our area. Talked to Mayor Lindbergh, and he was smiling ear to ear, and I couldn't understand that. He just got a 500,000 square foot facility coming to Loves Park. That's why he was smiling ear to ear. And I was smiling also with him, because it means as much to us as it does to them. We have a vacancy on our Planning Zoning Commission, and I would like to recommend for committee appointment this evening Jamerrill J. Hughes to a vacant 3-year term, and I will entertain a motion to approve that.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? I hear no discussion. We'll take roll call on this.
Trustee Tamman.
Aye.
Kidd.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
The motion has been carried. Next, we have Attorney Tom Green.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no report tonight.
Thank you. Next, we have Village Administrator Tim Savage.
Thank you, Your Honor. A brief update on the village's response to the April floods. We continue with cleanup operations. Removal of sandbags removal of sandbags placed on the curbs began on Monday the 13th. Written notice of that went out to residents the Thursday before. The majority of sandbags have been picked up, although we are going to schedule one more pickup of the sandbags with a date to be announced. Unfortunately, FEMA has made their determination on the disaster declaration, and communities within Winnebago County will not be eligible for federal reimbursement of flood-related expenses. Preliminary cost estimates to the village are in the range of $30,000 to $40,000 for the flood cleanup operations. Second item is that we received good news from IDOT Local Roads Division of District 2. They've given us authorization to advertise for bids for the Park 90 road construction project. This relates to the $2.1 million grant that IDOT is administering for construction of that road. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tim. Next, we have our Harlem High School student liaison, Abraham Herrera.
Well, first off, I'd like to say that it was a wonderful year this year. I know most of us had a great year. It's finally coming to a close. Today was the seniors' last day, and then we had prom this Saturday, which was also a great success. So we have another week for juniors and sophomores and freshmen. But other than that, I'm looking forward to summer.
Thank you, Abraham. We have a plaque that we would like to present to Abraham this evening. He not only served this term, he's coming back next year also to represent the school. And you've done a wonderful job. We appreciate you. And just a little plaque to say thank you.
Thank you very much. I would just like to say thank you to student council. I know Mrs. Johnson was in contact with Mrs. Mitchell and Mrs. Stanton as well. You know, just to be given the opportunity to sit here and listen to everything that's going on in the community is wonderful. You know, I actually get to see politics, you know, working at the local grassroots level. So I'm very proud of that.
Next, we have Village Engineer Jim Copeland.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have any report at this time.
Thank you, Jim. Next, we have Public Safety Coordinator Rocco Wagner.
Thank you, Your Honor. From the period of May 3rd through May 16th, the Sheriff's Department responded to 707 calls for service, made 296 traffic arrests, which included 3 DUI arrests and 51 criminal arrests. And I'd like to thank the Harlem High School girls track team for assisting us with the Rockford Marathon yesterday morning. And they acted as course marshals and went through the village without a hitch, and that's all I have to do.
Thank you, Rocco. I have one more thing under administration. If you come down North 2nd today, particularly around the southern part, you've seen a huge flagpole and a huge flag. And Ike Trickey is responsible for that, and he did that completely on his own, a donation from Ike. He did all the cement construction and foundation work. He also did the installation over the weekend, and I thought it was just fantastic. He also took upon himself to paint some of the light pole bases. This was all no charge to the village. I just like to say thank you to Ike and company. Next, we have committee and trustee reports. Trustee Beck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Tonight, we approved warrants and at A&F, and also 4 resolutions, one which will go to tonight's board. And while we're talking about young at heart, Lori manages to lasso a lot of us into the young at heart and volunteering engage or whatever it is. But I'm going to be especially proud this year because I'm going to be participating with the Gentleman Car Club. They're entering us float, and I'll be driving my antique vehicle in the parade, and hopefully it won't overheat.
Thank you, Trustee Beck. Trustee Tamman.
Yes, the Public Improvement and Safety Committee met earlier tonight, and there are 3 resolutions that will move to the June 3rd board meeting with a positive recommendation. They were inadvertently put on tonight's agenda, so I would like to make a motion to take resolutions 36-R-13, 37-R-13, and 38-R-13 off tonight's agenda and move them to the June 3rd meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Those resolutions will be moved to June 3rd. Next, we have old business. First on our agenda there is ordinance 19-13, authorizing promissory note for Whetstone Business Park, second reading. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is to approve $1.5 million at 3.5% with Riverside Bank for infrastructure improvements at Park 90. There have been no changes since the last discussion at the board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any discussion from trustees? I see no discussion. We'll take roll call.
Trustee Kidd.
Aye. Or yes.
Wilson. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Wilson.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tamman.
Aye.
Mayor Boland.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Motion is carried. That's all we have under old business. We'll go to new business. First on our agenda tonight is ordinance 13-13, amend Chapter 11, addition of Article 9, residential hen coops. First reading. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So be it.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff?
So be it.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? I have a motion and a second. Is there
Thank you, Your Honor. This ordinance is for a text amendment to the Animals and Fowl chapter of the Village Code to allow and regulate the keeping of hens in residential areas. For a property owner to have hens, they would need to obtain a hen coop permit from the village. The fee for the permit would be $25 with a $15 annual renewal fee. And only 10 of these permits would be issued throughout the village at a single time. The permit would allow between 2 to 6 hens on a property, dependent on the lot size of the property. And there would be a number of regulations that would be placed on the keeping of hens, and I'll list a few of those. The hens would have to be enclosed in a coop or a run at all times, and the coop and run must be at least 12 feet from side and rear lot lines, located in the backyard, at least 10 feet from the house. The coop and run cannot be more than 6 feet tall, but must be large enough to provide at least 4 square feet per hen. The coop and run must be maintained and kept clean. The property must be owner occupied. Roosters are prohibited, and the slaughtering of chickens on the premises would be prohibited. Signs or stands advertising the sale of eggs from the property would not be allowed. And if there are any violations of these regulations, the property owner could face fines and possible revocation of their hen coop permit. If ever there are 3 violations of these regulations, the hen coop permit would be revoked automatically, and the property owner would have to wait at least 1 year before applying for a new hen coop permit. This ordinance had a split vote at the Planning and Zoning Commission, 3-3, and had a positive vote at the Planning and Economic Development Committee, 4-3. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Is there any discussion from trustees? I see no discussion from trustees. We'll take roll call.
Trustee Wilson.
No.
Yo.
Nay.
Beck.
Nay.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tamman.
Nay.
Kidd.
Nay.
Mayor Boland.
Aye.
2 ayes, 5 nays. Motion fails.
Thank you, Lori. Next, we have Resolution 34-R-13, Investment Policy. I entertain a motion to adopt.
So made. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from staff? Go ahead. Treasurer
Thank you,
Steve.
Mayor. It's an annual thing that we do once a year, just allows the treasurer to invest in timely manner.
Thank you. Is there any discussion from trustees? I see none. We'll take roll call.
Trustee Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Nay.
Snodgrass.
Aye.
Tamman.
Aye.
Kidd.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Mayor Boland.
Aye.
6 ayes, 1 nay.
Motion is carried. Next, we have Resolution 39-R-13, roadway easement, ComEd, Greenlee. Did we decide that was road or drive?
It's drive.
Greenlee Drive. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion from staff?
Thank you, Your Honor. The resolution before you this evening has an attachment